Hey guys, now in this video, let's go inside the running container. So basically, we will use interactive mode. Now guys, using interactive mode, we can go inside the container and we can debug the issues. Now in this video, we will actually see the demo where our Dockerized application, it works perfectly in Visual Studio, but it does not work from Docker CLI. So now to fix this, we will go inside this running container, we will find the root cause and then we will fix it. And now let's go to the Visual Studio. So guys, this is our Docker app which we have been working on, and of course it works fine from Visual Studio. Now in this app settings.json file, I will add another key, that is I will say comma and then I will say some other API key and see the value. It says key value from app settings file. So I guess easy to understand. So let's save it. And now obviously we want to read this key and we have to display the value of this key on UI. So let's go to this home controller. Now guys, first thing, I have injected this I configuration, and now let's go down, and after this index method, I will add one more simple method. So here I will say interactive mode demo. So guys, really simple and straightforward method. So basically we are simply reading this key, that is some other API key, from our config file, and we are adding it in viewback and we are returning it to the view, right? And this key, that is some other API key, we have simply added in this app settings file. Say this, right? Now obviously we have to create razor view, that is .cs HTML page with this name. So let's simply copy this name. Under views, under home, right click, I will say add view, razor view empty, add. I will paste this name and I will say .cs HTML, I will say add. And now let's simply delete everything, and here I will simply say print that API key from viewback, and see. Over here we have set that key, that is API key, in viewback. So we are saying if we can read the API key, print it, otherwise print API key not found. So simple, easy to understand code, right? So let's run it. So obviously by default it will go to that index page. So here now I will say /home/ interactive mode demo, and let's say enter. And yes, it's working, and it says key value from app settings file, and this is the exact value for our key. See over here, this one, right? So it's working, but now let's make some change. So let me just stop this execution, and now instead of adding the key over here, that is in this app settings file, I will simply comment this code and I will add this key in launch settings.json. So let's open launch settings.json, and under this section, that is container docker file, under environment variables, I will say comma, and here I will say some other API key, but now we are reading it from launch setting. See the difference, right? So let's run our application again. And here again I will say /home/ interactive mode demo, and I will say enter, and see this now. It says key value from launch setting. So now it has read our API key from launch settings file. Now guys, why I have made this change? See, basically if we add the key in this app settings and if we build and run our Docker application from Docker CLI, this key, it will be available in our Docker container, but the key which is there in launch settings, it won't be available. So I simply want to show the demo that we can find such root cause of our issue, that is the key is missing, by going inside the container, that is by using that interactive mode. And now let's work on that. So again, let's stop this execution. Now I will open PowerShell. Let's expand this, and obviously we have to go to this folder. So I will right click over here, open folder. I'll copy this path and I will say cd that path, and if I say ls, so see here we have this docker file available, and based on this docker file a docker image gets built, right? So now guys, before that let me just clear screen and I will say docker images, and now let's build. So I will say docker build -t. So let's copy this name. I'll say version 6 space and dot, right? So dot means pick the docker file from this current location. So I'll say enter. So it looks like the image has been built. So again I will say clear screen. I will say docker images, and yes, we can see this version 6. And now let's start the container based on this image. So I will say docker run. Let's do port mapping. So this time maybe I will say 8440 colon 8080. So again this 8080 stands for the port within the container, and 8440 this is our local port. And then of course we have to give the image name. But guys, I will make one more change over here. So here I will say -d. So that is we are running this container in detached mode. So guys, don't worry, we will understand detached mode in detail in our upcoming videos. But as of now I will say enter. So it looks like our container has been started successfully. Let's cross check. So I will say docker ps, and yes, you can see this container is running locally. It's running on port number 8440, right? So let's run our application at 8440. So let's open the browser. So here I will say 8440 and I will say enter. So yes, the home page, that is index page, is working, and let's see if our interactive mode page works or not. So I will say /home/interactive mode demo, and see this, it says API key not found. That means that config settings, that is that API key is not available, and hence because it cannot find the key, it prints this message, that is API key not found, right? But then can we go inside this running container and can we find if any of such environment variables, that is API keys, are missing? So yes, and now let's do that. So here I will say docker execute -it. So -it stands for interactive mode, and then this is our container, right? So let me just first take 3-4 characters. Let me just copy, let me paste it over here, and here I will say /bin/sh, and see this, we can see this $sign. So that means now we are inside this container. So for example, if I say ls, so we can find the files within this container. And now if we want to find the environment variables within this container, I can simply say print env, that is print environment variables, and let's say enter. And guys, see this, our API key, that is some other API key, is missing over here, and that's why we got this error, right? So now we are aware what is the root cause, and again the root cause is that environment variable or that API key is missing. And now how to fix it? If you remember, in our last video we covered how we can pass environment variables while running the container, that is at the runtime. So now let's do that. So I will open another terminal or PowerShell. So Windows PowerShell. So again here I can say clear screen, I can say Docker images. So again we have this version 6 image available, and here I can say Docker run, again detach mode. Let's do port mapping, and now I will provide some different port, maybe 8700 colon 8080. So again 8080, it stands for the port inside the container, right? And then image name, so let's copy it. But guys, important thing, now here I will pass the environment variable. So I will say -e. Now let's copy that API key name. Let's copy it. I will paste it over here, and is equal to, I will say dynamically provided value, and let's say enter. So again it looks like our container is running. So let's cross check. So I will say docker ps, and yes, see this is the container which we just started, and if you see locally it is running on port number 8700, right? So let's go here. Let me just copy this and let me paste it in new tab. So here I will say 8700, and of course here I will say now /home/interactive mode demo, and let's say enter. And yes, now we can see the key. So basically we can go inside the container and we can try to fix the issues. So now this is our latest running container. So here I can say docker execute -it, first four characters of this container, /bin/sh. So yes, we are inside this container, and here now if I say print environment variables, and see this, some other API key is equal to dynamically provided value. So again, this is how we can go inside the running container. So that's it guys for this video. Thanks for listening.